I can't wait.
Another national selection?
Season's almost over. National selection season's almost over.
I think we have like, what, 2 after this?
I think so.
It was going to be 1, but now it's only 2. Now it's only 2 because somebody's country decided to get their shit together. San Marino.
And somebody's country decided to drop out. Moldova.
Well, yes. Hello, Europe, Australia, and the world. Welcome to the CUP ESC, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the T into ESC from top to bottom, honey. Period. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, and I just have some water at the moment. That's all. But what I also have is a cup mug. Ooh. And you can get your cup mug, all of our other merch, lots of merch things at longitude.creations.etsy.com. Link is in the description below. We do ship domestically within North America and internationally, so there are no excuses. Get your merch. And Cup ESC mug coming very, very soon. So stay tuned for that.
And I am Aneesa Long, also known as Sam DMV, also known as Sam de Monteverde, your Torontonian Filipino flop who loves K-pop. And in my lovely cup mug, I have some calamansi juice. Well, calamansi tang, because I don't have juice and I've been craving juice. But also, although it's not in my cup mug, but if it is killing you slow, instead of cup mug, you can get a cup bottle.
No. Hi, everybody. It's Brook, and I am passionate about pop culture. I am currently finishing off this generic bottle of water, let loose, and all of that. And thank you so much. And after being the resident Germany defender last year, I think I'm going to give the reins to someone else this year. I think I have served this body with distinction, and I know that whoever takes this crown will honor it moving forward.
Everyone's a winner.
And Miss Germany Defender 2025 is me.
Congratulations, Logan.
Beats the shit out of you with goes full miscongeniality on you.
Their beauty and their grace.
I can't.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, goodness.
Hola, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit and get hit. Yeah. National final, Germany. We're here, and it's fine. It's fine.
We're here, and it's fine.
We're here, and it's fine. I am fine.
It's pretty good.
I'm not mad at this election personally.
I'm not mad at this election either. Everyone online was like, oh, this selection is shit now. And I was like, what do you mean?
Well, they did get rid of 2 of the best songs in the selection in the semi. So
I have not heard the ones that didn't qualify.
Yeah, you're going to be pissy when you find out.
Oh, no. I've heard that.
Yeah. We saw ESC Gay posted, he said literally everything that could have went wrong in the selection went wrong.
Yeah, I've heard. Regardless, though, let us know what we should be listening to that didn't qualify in the comments below. But we are going to be talking about the 9 songs that did qualify for the final of Chefsache ESC for Germany, getting an automatic spot in the final. And hopefully praying to every deity known to mankind, Germany doesn't come last this year. Let's hope. So, we're going to dive into the songs. Before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things Eurovision Song Contest. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, as well as our other YouTube channels and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access, with a lot of fun Patreon stuff coming for all of our other channels. Patreon stuff for this channel will be coming out after Eurovision 2025. So we have plans. We just have to get through this Eurovision first. So without further ado, we're going to be doing this the same way we've been doing things recently. We have all given our points out to these 9 songs prior to recording, tallied them up, and we're going to talk about our aggregated top 9 list for this national selection across the 4 of us and Lewis, who could not be here, and definitely influenced the rankings in a very negative way that I'm very upset about. And fuck you, Lewis. And because of Lewis and his lack of taste, our 9th place song overall in this selection is Julika, with Empress receiving 18 points from us overall. 2 points from both Brook and Lewis, 4 points from both myself and Aneesa, and 6 points from Eduardo.
I'm actually very shocked this is last.
Well, okay.
I'm genuinely shocked it's last. But yeah,
Well,
Brook, why don't you go ahead?
Okay, so this was my last place. I did not think it was going to be last overall, to be 100% honest with you. I was confident I knew what was going to be last overall, and then Lewis did what Lewis did, and we'll talk about it when we get there.
Lewis just has no taste.
We'll talk about it when we get there. I didn't realize Lewis had tested positive for COVID and lost their taste. But so here's the thing. I thought every single thing about this song was inauthentic, and that bugs me. Okay. It did not feel real to me. This like nihilistic lyric did not feel like she believed it. It didn't feel real. I hated that key change at the end. It bothered me. And I don't always hate a key change. There are good key changes and bad key changes. This might be one of the worst in the entire national final season for me to this point. I feel like when you're talking a song like this lyrically, it has to have a level of authenticity for the song to work. And because there was no authenticity for me, I didn't connect with it at all. And I just don't care for it. I think she is a good singer. I have no issue with her vocal, but no, I can't. And that's why I scored it so low.
I will say, I do find it interesting. The word that you used is inauthentic. I don't disagree with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I went and looked because I was like, oh, well, if she didn't write the song, then I definitely agree. She's the only songwriter. So she wrote the entire song. Okay. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily a positive or negative thing. I just find that critique really interesting. I didn't think of it nearly as severely as you did. And when it comes to, honestly, my top 7, this song included, I wouldn't be fundamentally upset if any of my top 7 songs made it out of this selection into Eurovision this year. I don't think this is necessarily a bad song. I think her vocal is what carries the song. I think there's a really nice syncopation in the bridge that I really liked, where it kind of has this like breakdown moment, and it's pretty cool. And I liked that. I think the staging was simple but good. I appreciate Chefsache this year for having a stage that kind of replicates the stage in Basel.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stage was a little bit similar. So I appreciate it gave me a better idea as to like what they could actually do with the staging in Basel. So I did appreciate that. Plus, it just meant that we got Barbara Schonenberg, and I love Barbara Schonenberg. I just love her. Shout out to Barbara Schonenberg. I love you,
mother.
I hope Germany wins Eurovision in the next couple of years, so Barbara Schonenberg can rightfully host Eurovision. Because if anyone else hosted Eurovision, she could literally solo host Eurovision, and I'd be fine with it. And I don't know if I would want anyone else to host Eurovision other than just Barbara Schonenberger. But yeah, the song is fine.
Yeah. I mean, so I did manage to watch the live performance for this. So with that being said, although I do agree her vocals carry the song, it did feel a bit nervous which is to me why kind of that key change didn't feel as powerful, because it didn't feel fully supported. Now with the recording, I thought the harmonies that were in the song were cool. It just I also want to kind of piggyback, not as much, but I'm not fully piggybacking on the inauthentic, but it does feel like it's like, oh, this is what I'm singing, and then that's what I'm gonna present. I wish she could have gone slightly off script and did some ad-libbing as well. I think that's really what the song needed to kind of convey that emotion a lot further.
Well, I think it's fine. I think this song is fine in every way, shape, or form. I think she's really pretty. This outfit that she's wearing is iconic. I think the instrumental is really good, and I agree with what most of you are saying. The vocal is really what carries this song and what makes it good for me. However, I do see like that this song doesn't really reach the heights that I would want it to, and like it's until the second chorus where it kind of gets there, but even then it quickly drops it. I don't know. I also don't know how competitive this song is particularly. There's stuff here that I like, but it's just not my favorite, and I absolutely understand why it would be people's like least favorite. Like I absolutely understand.
Sure. Well, speaking of least favorite of several of us, next up in our overall ranking is Benjamin Braatz with Like You Love Me, getting 21 points from us overall, 2 points from myself, Eduardo, and Aneesa, 5 points from Brook, and a remarkable 10 points from Lewis Thorpe. Now, Lewis is not here to defend himself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good, because I'm going to call him, what the fuck are you thinking? That's all. Now, let me say this. Very earnest guy. Seems like a lovely human being.
Mm-hmm.
With a decent but not competitive song. With a shaky vocal. And weird staging standing on a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the end of the song, he's standing on a chair.
Yeah, just standing on a chair.
Hey.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, this song is just not for me. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a male ballad, so, I obviously wasn't going to really care for it. And then it's one of the worst male ballads that we've had in this national final selection throughout, so...
I think this is the worst male ballad of this national selection.
Yeah, if I'm tier ranking this is going in, like, the last tier. It's in Super Hell. I just don't care for this song in any way, shape, or form. The staging is weird. I never like when people use their own face as the background, like on the screen.
Yeah.
And then he uses 4 of them, and they're angled in such a way where he looks so weird. Like when you take that picture
like,
at 0.5. It's weird. It's weird. The staging is weird. The song is just not for me. It's also mid tempo, and like this was just never gonna be my favorite. I don't think anyone ever expected me to be my favorite. But I did write down, watch Lewis give this 12 points. And almost, apparently.
Close.
Very close. Yeah, it didn't shock me, which is unfortunate. Because Lewis, you should get taste. Yeah, that's about it.
I thought he would have had a better vocal than you're making it out to be. Given I haven't seen the live performance for this. I only listened to the recording, and I thought the recording wasn't that bad. Although, even though I still did put it in my last place, I don't know. It felt like I do feel some sincerity when he sings. Some of the runs are nice, but it does feel. Is this where I do it? I think I'm gonna do it. This is the part of the cup where I give my perfectly inoffensive. No.
I am
You
offended.
go right ahead, baby. You did it. You
Okay,
done it.
well, yeah, there you go. Congratulations, Benjamin Braatz.
I would never, but you did.
Yeah, it's just overall, this doesn't feel competitive, and it doesn't feel like it measures up to what everyone else is sending.
Yeah, so I did give it a few more points than you all did. I think 5 is reasonable, to be honest, comparatively. And I almost gave it 4. It was really close between my song that I gave 4 and my song that I gave 5 to for me. The reason I gave it a little bit more is I actually didn't think his vocal was shaky. I thought it was totally fine. I didn't think it was anything special, but I thought it was like okay. I really did not like the staging here, if you can even really call it staging, because you say, okay, he's standing on a chair. No, it's an oversized chair, one. And then in order to get on top of this, because he's playing the guitar live during the performance, he has to walk up a black staircase with no lighting on the stage. So, and the thing is, you can't see the stairs. So I looked away for 2 seconds to put on notes, and suddenly he's standing on the chair, and I'm like, I need to rewind it and see what he does. I see him like slowly walk up these stairs. I'm like, oh god, no, that's
weird.
bad.
It's weird.
I did like the part of the song with the opening where he's in the crowd. I thought that was unique, and I thought that was cool, and not something I think they would ever let somebody do at Euro. Well, they did. They let Sonia do it last year. So I mean, you never know. That could be something that would be cool. This was my perfectly inoffensive on the selection. I did write it in my notes. It's not like repugnant in any way. I've seen worse male ballads this year. This is just like not competitive and like really fun elevator music. Sure. Up and down, up and down. So
let's move on.
Don't bring that song up.
That's a good song.
It's not. It's not.
Let's move to our 7th place overall. The Great Leslie with These Days. Yes, they also got 21 points, but yes, they are in 7th place and not joint 7th.
Ties are broken based on the amount of 2-point scores that are given.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I'm going off of it. This received 3 points from me and Eduardo, 4 points from Lewis, 5 points from Aneesa, and 6 points from Brook.
Okay. Yeah. Well, first things first, the main vocalist is really pretty.
That's very pretty.
He's very pretty.
And he's wearing a mesh tank top. Very pretty.
And historically, if you're going to wear mesh at Eurovision,
you don't do too bad.
You don't do too bad.
You tend to do fine.
Hi, Italy 2021. How you doing over there, Damiano?
Yeah, this song has something about it that feels old school to me, and like the guitar and the drums I think are good part of the song, but it just doesn't really go as hard as I think it should. I don't know, I feel like there's some potential here, but like I want just a lot more from it. Like I hope that in a couple of years this band can come back with once they're like more cooked, because right now it feels like they're just starting out, and like it feels very amateurish at this very moment in time, in my opinion. So hopefully in a couple of years, they can come back with something a lot more interesting that could send them to Eurovision. Because I don't think this is their right time. But I see potential.
Yeah, the vibe of them is what I enjoy the most.
Yeah.
The vibe is really, really good. What I had an issue with was the live performance. It just like a lot of their lyrics were kind of mush mouthing together. I genuinely couldn't understand most of what they were saying without subtitles. And I'm pretty sure the chorus is in German, so like I can't like I don't know. The vocal wasn't bad by any means, but the vibe was good. So I absolutely agree with you, Eduardo. I would like to see them come back with a little bit more improvement. But I think overall, it's not a horrible song.
Yeah, I don't think it's terrible. But I do agree, like the vibe is mainly what sticks out to me. This is kind of what I grew up on, thanks to my dad. I feel like this would be a lot of fun live. Now, given that I've only heard the recording, I also do agree that I can ever so barely understand what they're saying, except for the chanting part where I don't know if that's in German or not.
I can't tell.
I really can't tell. Also, I feel like it stays at like a 90 the whole time.
Yeah. I liked it a little bit more because I gave a little bit more credence to the instrumentation than I did the vocal or the lyrics. Because I think instrumentally, I did write this as a vibe in my notes. So, like, there's that. Lyrically, it left a lot for me to, like, I wanted more. I needed something in this to, like, make me connect to it lyrically. Because instrumentally, I was here for it. I am sold. I am a huge rock fan. I was vibing. This just didn't do anything for me beyond that. But I did like the instrumentation. I think if they, revamps are a thing that exists for a reason. If this were to some reason go because it's Germany and we never really know what they're gonna do, it could do something if they fix a little bit of especially the end of the chorus. I did not like the chanting section. It's not clear what they're saying. So maybe tweak that. Sure.
Yeah. Party. Let's move to 6th overall in our rankings. This is Abor and Tynna with Baller.
Y'all, the internet's going to be so triggered.
The internet is going to be really upset that we have this 6th in our ranking overall. Because this is the internet favorite right now. And I see why, and we'll talk about it. I don't hate this song either. So
Aneesa, that face is exactly how I feel.
And as I was about to mention before I was so rudely interrupted, this got 27 points from us overall, 3 points from both Aneesa and Brook, 5 points from me, and 8 points from both Eduardo and Lewis.
Yeah, I think this is just not my wheelhouse of music, if you will. I like that it gives you like an abrupt like burst of energy at the very first second. But the longer I take the song in, the more that I'm like, oh, I don't know how to feel about this because EDM is not my forte. I enjoy the energy. I like the verses better than the chorus. It feels catchy, but at the same time, it feels a bit too repetitive for my liking. And also I just couldn't get that like moment out of it. But maybe the live is different. So
as someone who watched the live, I can personally attest. No, it's not. And like I will admit, the instrumentation on this was by far my favorite part. I don't know exactly what instrument it was, but whatever string instrument that guy was playing in the performance, loved that. That was great. And I agree. I think the verses are really strong here. I cannot stand whatever vocal effect they play on the beginning of that chorus. It irks me. It is the sole reason this got 3 points from me. If that wasn't there, this would have got at least 5 or 6. Because if they only did it once, I can forgive like a little bit of vocal problem or a little bit of vocal irritation. It happens in every chorus. Do you all know how many times they do this in this song? 7 times. I can't. I don't, and driving home, they do it 3 times in the last 30 seconds. I'm good. I'm sorry. I know the people at home are really a fan of this, and like the people abroad are really into this too. If this goes, I will tolerate it, and I will be very kind and respectful. But dear God, take away that vocal thing, please, because it irritates the hell out of me sonically. That.
So that didn't bother me nearly as much as it bothers Brook. What honestly, because I actually really liked the song. And this was the first one I listened to because I watched the performances alphabetically. This was my favorite staging for one reason and one reason only. I love the cuts to the camera vlog style. Like, there's something about that specific camera choice that I really like. Like, I think it's really, really strong. I think it's really good. My biggest reason that it's lower on my list, again, I'd be thrilled if this went to Eurovision, I'll say that. The main reason that I have this lower is because her live vocal is shaky. I didn't find her live vocal to be super strong. There were some pitch issues. I think if she can get those issues under control, I think this could be a really cool entry to send. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree with what a lot of what's already been said. Like, I might have it as my 8 points, but even then, I still see a lot of issues here. Like, I see all of the like vocal tone weird stuff going on, and the shaky vocal, it's still there, and I can absolutely see it. But there's something about it that's really nice. I really appreciate the strings in this like song, and the instrumental is really, really cool. um I don't know, I like the idea of it a lot, and I think it's just a good song. It's not a great song, but it's a good song that I enjoy. But there's definitely things here and there that I would change if this were to go to Eurovision. So I understand a lot of the criticism that's going on, and I agree with a lot of it. Uh, but I still think it's good. I still think it's good.
Yeah. No.
Fair.
Sure.
No. Thank you.
No, thank you. But I'm fine with it. Anyway, let's move to our 5th overall song. This song is higher in our overall ranking than I thought it would be, and that makes me very happy. That is Leonora with This Bliss, receiving 33 points from us overall. 4 points from Eduardo, 5 points from Lewis, 6 points from Aneesa, 8 points from me, and 10 points from Brook.
Yay. Well, I think there's something pretty about the song. I think the piano intro is really pretty, and like I'm immediately entranced with the piano intro. I think her voice is really rich and smooth. I My thing is, I think I've said it before and I'll say it again. The mid-tempo songs are really difficult for me to get into. Uh, so specifically for Eurovision. And so when this song kind of started going in tempo, it like didn't do much for me. Uh, when we do get some dynamics, it's good, but like I want it to be more interesting all around. Because like I believe if she had a bigger song, she could absolutely slay the competition. Like I feel like she could do absolutely incredible things with a better song. This song just doesn't quite get there for me.
Yeah, for me. So this is the first one I saw live, mainly because it's not on Spotify. But I really enjoyed this vibe. I thought her live vocal was actually pretty solid. I will forgive some moments because I did sense some shakiness, but otherwise she's got like a really cool tone in her voice. I love this kind of chill, funky, relaxed vibe, and then it kind of picks up in the second chorus, which I really enjoyed. The key change, I'm very neutral on. But otherwise, I think it's perfectly solid. I like that she went for the ad-libbing, even though it wasn't fully there. But like, I think given if this were to represent or even like given a couple days or a couple weeks, I think some of those ad-libs could really shine.
I love this song. I love this song. Brooke, I love that you also love this song.
We'll talk about it.
There is something about when a good jazz entry comes up in a national final, and I expect this to win? No. I do not expect this to win. If this did, I do not expect this to be competitive, but I love this song. Her vocal is so cool. Her tone is great. There was a bit of pitchiness, and I agree with you, Aneesa. I appreciate going for the ad-lib at the end. It didn't hit perfectly. It was just about there. And I appreciate going for the big moment at the very end. Hell, that may have been the difference between her making the final or not. So, go off, queen. Yeah, it's just such a cool jazzy vibe that I really, really positively responded to. So,
this is cozy.
yeah.
And normally when we say this is cozy, we don't really mean it in a compliment. I mean it as a compliment here. This is cozy. Like, I could be under a blanket, sipping some hot cocoa, out on on the porch, watching it snow in my little rocker, like that kind of cozy. Curled up with a nice good book. The bass on this, oh girl, the bass line. Like, I'm a sucker for a good bass line. Hasn't really had one this season that's really hit me quite yet. This is great. Piano, I'm a sucker for piano intro, piano bass. You knew I would like it just from that alone. And this season, we have had a very mixed bag of jazz entries, which is not a common occurrence during national selection season. I will say that. But I honestly think this is probably the best one we've had this season, at least for my subjective opinion. I think this is really great. I do wish that she would have hit that high note, even if it wasn't, perfect. She tried. She went for it. Don't go for it in the final if you can't hit it, because that's all the people are going to remember, and that's going to sink you. But I'm here for this. I really enjoyed it. And I cannot wait for you to drop it on Spotify. Please drop it on Spotify.
Please. Let's move to fourth overall for us. This is Feuerschwanz with Knightclub. 35 points from us overall. And yes, it did receive 7 points from all of us.
Sevens across the board.
Sevens across the board.
Well, seeing as how I went two of the last 3 rounds, I'll go ahead and start on this one. If you're
sure,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In my notes, I'm just going to read my notes. This is a fun time. If you're offended by this, I legit don't think you enjoy fun entries at Eurovision. Not competitive, really, but legit a jam. This is a fun time. This is just enjoyable. Now, when I say not competitive, I don't mean it can't win the selection. I mean, I don't think it's going to win Eurovision. But, like, this is a fun time, okay? This is the type of song we need to have at Eurovision. Not everything can be a girl bop, a ballad, and like some really cool instrument alt rock song that's going to get slept on by all the public votes and then somehow get 13th in the overall final. Okay, this is what we need. This is the kind of thing I want to see at Eurovision. We don't need a Eurovision comprised of Knightclub every year, but like 3 or 4 of these type of songs, that makes the contest feel more complete. And also, I think this would do really well for Germany in a final, because this is the kind of song that the public vote usually eats up. So I'm here for this.
If this went to Eurovision for the sole purpose of watching that hot man gyrate on stage again, I'd be fine with it.
That part.
I would not be mad. I would not be upset. I would not be disappointed in the slightest. This is the kind of fun entry I like. Like, I thought this was fun. It's catchy as fuck. And I think that's the best part of this for me, is that it's just catchy. It's repetitive. Yeah, whatever. The vocals were actually pretty good, all things considered. I think the main vocalist was really, really good. And that high note at the end really impressed me. The high note at the end really impressed me. Now, the other singer, I'm going to need him to put in some work in the studio. I'm going to need him to put in some work. I like that we have we have like a tenor vocalist and then like a true bass. I appreciate having that contrast on stage. But when the bass is pitchy, it's noticeable. and he was pitchy throughout a lot of the performance. So if he can clean that up a little bit, I genuinely think they stand a good shot at winning, and I would not be upset whatsoever. The staging was cool. It's just cool.
I feel like at the least, this could very much be like a televote winner. Given the trend of like the televote winners from the last few years of like Rim Tagidim, Karya with Cha Cha Cha, if we're following that trend, I feel like we can definitely get kind of around that score with Knightclub. I really enjoy this. I think the one thing that kind of made me rank it where I did was that kind of pitchy bass, even in the recording. But I would have a ball hearing this. I would have so much fun hearing this live.
Imagine this closing the final.
That would be a great closer.
Like,
Closer.
I would love that.
I mean, this is just fun. This is just absolute like fun in every way, shape, or form. Like also a rock song with a violin in it, iconic, absolutely iconic, and I appreciate it a lot. I agree with a lot of what has already been said. Is it perfect? No. Are there things here and there that I would change? Yes, but this is just a fun song that I think could do well. And we've also seen that like Men in Armor have been doing pretty well in national finals. So maybe this one can do well again. Yeah, I don't know. This is just absolutely fun. And it's good. It's interesting. It's different from everything else that we've got. It's good. It's good. I like it.
I'm glad we are all on the same page on this.
Perfect.
Because that's the last time. Well, actually, no, that's not the last time that's going to happen this video. This is the last time we're all going to be on the same page for this video. So we have a joint second place. And in fact, our top three are actually separated by 1 point. So consider them all basically just first place, essentially, kind of, sort of.
One got a point higher than the other two.
But basically.
But that one point, Luna went to Eurovision just because of 1 point.
Let me go change my points around really quick so that they all.
No.
I almost did. No. We're going to talk about Cosby with I'm Still Here, getting 43 points from us overall. Lewis, for some reason, gave this 3 points. I don't understand that.
Do you think maybe Lewis just accidentally put the points for
No, I don't.
Benjamin and Cosby? Just, like,
No, I don't. No, I don't, actually. I honestly don't think it's a mistake.
I'm trying to be kind.
I'm not. Yeah, 3 points from Lewis, 8 points from Brook, 10 points from both Aneesa and Eduardo, and 12 points from me.
Work, Devo. I did not expect to be the first person to talk about this song, to be honest with you, because I really like it.
Bland! You are!
No, I really enjoy it. I think this is really great. Lyrically, great. Instrumentally, great. Vocally, tighten it up a smidge. Little things you can work on here and there. But to be honest, it's very rare that you get a perfect live vocal on a semi. So you have time. Work on it, girl. You're doing great. Yeah, this is just really enjoyable. It was very nice. And out of the ones that are able to win, or at least that are remotely in contention to win based on the polling on Eurovision World, if this is the one that goes, I will be perfectly fine. I will have no complaints.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoy this. I actually wanted to ask, how was the live vocal? Like,
Shake.
Fine.
Shaky, but like amongst like comparing it to everybody else in the selection, like middle zone.
Yeah.
Okay, where the high notes hit at the end, like at that climax, because that was the main.
No.
Oh.
They weren't like bad or anything. She just didn't full send them,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which was
Yeah,
the
she
big,
didn't commit to it.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I think the one reason I didn't give this 12 points was because I wished that there was I sensed a bit of like nerves in the recording as well. And what was I gonna say? I just wish there was less. I noticed specifically in the recording when she goes for the higher notes, the higher belts, and even the falsetto too. You hear a lot of production. It's like when she's in that mid range, you can tell it's completely just her. And then once she goes up in her rate, up in that chest, like upper chest range, that's when production comes in. But otherwise, I just think I think this is a really good song. I think she conveys the emotion well. And despite what I said about production on her voice, I think aside from that, all the other production I really enjoyed.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about this song. I also like. I think it's pretty and it has an ethereal intro. I also really enjoy like the tone that she has, and I think just German people have this tone when singing that I really tend to enjoy because I find myself liking the tone that a lot of these singers had. She really shows the emotion really well in her voice, but as we've said, there are some shaky notes here and there, and she doesn't fully commit to the high notes at the end, which is really unfortunate. Which is exactly what kept it from my 12 points. Well, that and my favorite. But like, there's a lot about this that I do enjoy. It builds and it builds nicely, and the dramatics are good. And yeah, there are some improvements that can be made, but with 2 months, I think she could absolutely get there. And so, if this were to go to Eurovision, I would be really happy.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously gave it 12 points. I think this is the song that I resonated with the most. This felt the most authentic.
Mm-hmm.
I also just there's something about a female-led rock ballad. I'm a fan. Like that alone, I'm a fan. Like we said, she needs a little bit of work on the vocal. The lower register specifically for me is what I have the biggest issue with. And then obviously the higher notes at the end. But like you said, Eduardo, with 2 months work, I think like anything is possible. Yeah, I just think lyrically it's so good. I appreciate that there's a big moment at the end of the song. It builds very nicely throughout the song. It's everything that I just really appreciate in a Eurovision entry. So, yeah.
Slay,
12
Cosby.
points from me. And I looked up, her name is not Cosby, fun fact. That is the name of the band. The lead singer is named Marie. So shout out Marie.
Shout out, Marie.
Good for
Work,
you, Marie.
Work, Mariva.
Now here is our joint second place that's going to be a little bit more contentious amongst our panelists here today. And that is Moss Tynna with Nothing Can Stop Love. Also receiving 43 points from us overall as a panel. 4 points from Brook, 5 points from Eduardo, 10 points from me, and 12 points from both Lewis and Aneesa.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's where I'm at. Vocally, he had the best vocal. I'm not even gonna lie. His vocal was incredible, and I'm not gonna pretend like it wasn't.
And that's all I wanted you to acknowledge. So thank you. You can
Yes,
shit
his
on the
vocal
song
was
all you
great.
want.
Yeah.
I just needed that.
Yeah.
I was going to be upset if there wasn't it. Thank you.
The vocal
Go
was
ahead.
great. The vocal was sensational. Vocally, he sounded like Elton John, and I was into it. Like,
Great.
oh my lord, it was great. Lyrically, this is just such a nothing burger to me. I am sorry. It could be the most densely sang version of this ever. You could have a full choir doing a choral orchestration.
I would like to see it. I'm not going to lie. I would like to
all
see
that
it.
stuff, and it would still be nothing lyrically, and that really bugs me. Ballads really connect with me when they hit something with me, and this just didn't hit with me. Again, will I acknowledge that I'm not the only person on this panel do have a slight bias against male ballads? Yup. I will say that I just didn't connect with it, and I wish I could have because I was really interested in it like sonically, but I just I'm sorry. I wish I could say nicer things besides that.
Yeah, this song pissed me off. I'm gonna be honest, and here's
Real.
why. Because Moss is an incredible singer, and he could do amazing things with a better song. And this song doesn't do him justice in any way, shape, or form, unfortunately. I think Moss could do absolutely incredible things if he just had a really powerful and successful ballad. And unfortunately, this song isn't that. Also, he's really pretty. He is really pretty. Lord have mercy.
He's right.
That was the vibe I got.
And the feather boa was.
I was gonna say with this Tix light staging, he's gotta be right. The way he took off that feather boa was just. I was like,
and the shirt being undone up down to the belly button.
Don't remind me.
I mean, I'm just saying there's a reason I chose Elton John for the vocal comparison. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. I mean, he's really pretty. That's fair. And as I said, vocally amazing. It's just unfortunate that like the dynamics of the song are just like slim to none for me. Like there isn't much going on, and as I said, I think he could do incredible things with a bigger song, and this just isn't that.
I certainly hope he is because I just thirst followed him on Instagram.
Remind, yeah. Let me do that.
Work Diva.
It's just at Moss Tynna. I do also love that his name is just Thomas. Thomas McKenna. I do like Moss Kenna a little bit more. Would it piss you both off also even more to know that not only do you not like the song and you find it not lyrically dense, but there were 8 songwriters on this song?
That's why.
That's absolutely insane.
Including him. I will say including him.
When I hear 8 songwriters on something, girl, you do not need that many people to write a 3-minute song. Like we have been told this before. Step 1, believe in it, sing it all day long. Step 2, just roll.
Whoa!
Brook.
Anyway, we're gonna move on with this review.
So
how dare you?
This is my fight song.
Not the fight song. Oh Jesus! What the fuck just happened?
What is happening?
Oh God!
And here I thought we make it through one national selection.
No. Okay, here's the thing. Yeah, these Tix light visuals need to be changed. Like staging, I need something changed. Staging, I need something different. But he's really pretty, and his vocal is really pretty, and the song is good enough to where sometimes that's honestly all I need to give it 10 points.
Okay, but you know what makes me give it 12 points? He sells it well. Like, I think it's one of those where it's like he works with what he has and tries to make the best of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I sense. Because I do agree lyrically, not the most substantial, but I get the theme. But I think the way he colors, he paints those words with his voice. He does an amazing job with that. I haven't heard the live vocal. I'm hoping he hits it as effortlessly as I think he does. Because it sounded very effortless in the recording, which had me very impressed. I think it could use some percussion, actually. I think it needs a bit of a beat to it. It makes my mind goes to like Concrete Heart.
Oh, okay. No,
that type of beat.
If this was more Concrete Heart, absolutely.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah, I'm there. Totally. And rounding out our review, our first place song overall, getting 44 points from our panel, is Lyza with Lovers on Mars. This received 6 points from both me and Lewis, 8 points from Aneesa, and 12 points from both Brook and Eduardo. Yeah, I did give it 6 points, but I really liked the song. So it is a very positive and a very strong 6 points, all that being considered. I really liked it. She's got a gorgeous tone. There's something about pop country that I'm always going to positively respond to. I think this would be so fun to hear from Germany because this gives me the countrified version of Satellite.
Sure.
Like this is the country evolution, the country cousin of Satellite by Lena.
Sure.
And the way I kind of like it, I will say, and I wrote down specifically on first listen, I didn't like the key change. And that is what dropped it down to 6 points for me. I understand. I may like it more as I listen to the song more, because I have noticed that over this national selection season specifically, some songs that have key changes that I haven't liked, I've grown to like them. So on first listen, didn't love the key change, so it got dropped down a little bit. But overall, it's a really solid song, and if this won, I would not be mad in the slightest.
Yeah. No, I think that's the main word that came to mind. Just, it's perfectly solid for me. I think that this is my perfectly solid. My mind immediately went to KT's
Tunstall.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, it immediately made me think of Suddenly I See by KT.
Okay. I'm with it.
Yeah, this whole like bass drum, snare, guitar, like just having instrumentation as simple as that and have it be so in pocket, and having Lyza be so, I think her name's Lyza, I don't know how to pronounce it. Having it be so in pocket, I think is why I like this song so much. She's got a great voice. I love this vibe. I don't know how it is live. Hopefully it was okay.
It's good.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It just kind of fell there. Like it would be higher, but I think the two songs I put higher than this. I love a lot more than this. Yes.
That's absolutely fair.
Well, Eduardo, we have finally managed to do it.
Finally,
after so many national selections of effort, we have finally 12 pointed a song into first place. It took all season, but we did it.
This is the second time
After
this has
Sophie
happened.
Ali did her thing, after everything happened,
It's
did
literally
it,
the
Joey.
second time, but
This is the second time this has happened.
Not for me. This is the first time for me.
No, it's literally
No, it's the second. Do you remember that one time we got everything the same?
Oh, well, I meant that we got a 12 point, like we carried it to first. We definitely did. I'm thrilled. I'm delighted at this outcome, honestly. But yeah, this song was great. I think vocally, this was one of the more interesting vocals here. I think it had a lot more variance than pretty much anything else in this selection. I liked the little bit of a country twang going on here. That was really interesting. I thought the staging was camp, like pure camp. Two dudes in spaceman outfits on cords doing flips in midair. Yes, please. I thought it was delightful. This would be very fun. So I hope that this goes, because I think it would be great. And it does have a little bit of that Lena energy. I will agree. And I got that too. So yeah, and look what happened the first time they sent Lena out.
Yeah.
So you never know. Second time not as well, but you know.
Well, it's because they sent her again.
Back to back.
Literally,
Yeah.
that's why. But
Yeah.
well, that is that on that. On 9 songs on a video that should not have been almost an hour, but was. So if you survived all of this chaos, you like us, Thanks. Appreciate it.
And
Subscribe. You could just subscribe. That'd be real cool, real fun. We are going to be covering everything else going on with this Eurovision season. So make sure to tune in for everything that we've got going on. We've got a couple more national selections to do after this one. We've got a couple more internal selections to react to. And then we'll be doing our overall review for 2025 in several many parts. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, subscribe, share, like, let us know your favorite sound in the comments below. And check out the description where you can find all of our audio podcast links as well as our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to Cup Mug. And with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So, Europe, Australia, and the world, stop watching this video and go watch another one. Cheers!
Yeah.